Hello, Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've done a video. This video is about talking to you about the webinar that's coming up. It's a live webinar Sunday the 15th of January. Now it is called Moving with Ease with Bowen, Understanding How and Why Does Bowen Therapy Improve Mobility? Okay, and we're going to look at this and understand this, discover the answers through the lens of understanding, well, a little bit of fascia science, biomechanics, and a little bit of mechanobiology, and that's basically about the cell processes that occur when we apply these physical forces. So I'm really excited to be presenting this. It is hosted once again by BTPA, Bowen Therapy Professional Association in the UK. 1 p.m. GMT time, Sunday. Make sure you register. Now, this video, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, well, what are we going to actually cover? Now, you may have downloaded or seen the flyer and topics that are covered such as fibrosis and hydration and tensegrity and a bit about fascia. But I wanted to talk to you in more detail about it. So a bit of a sneak preview of all the topics that we're going to cover. Are you ready? Right. So I've got my notes here just to make sure I don't miss out on any. So firstly, we're going to understand, well, what creates movement? Okay, the locomotor system. And we're going to dissect that a little bit. We're going to look at tensegrity, fibrosis. That impacts the tissue integrity, doesn't it? And then, of course, it's going to impact movement. It's going to impact biomechanics of the body. How does Bowen Therapy fit into that? What's Bowen Therapy's role with that? Okay, and then we have, of course, fascia. Fascia needs to be hydrated and lubricated, doesn't it? Now, what does that mean? What does that involve? And how does Bowen Therapy help that in order to help us to move better? So we cover that aspect. Then we have force transmission. I mean, this is basically the action of force transmission is what creates movement when our muscles and bones and tendons all, work in a synergistic way. We're going to get into that one and how Bowen Therapy plays a part in assisting force transmission. And it's something that I bet you haven't heard about. That's pretty bold to say that. But this has got to do with crosslinks, okay, in the collagenous fascial tissues. So this is a really good one. Next is one which I don't want to reveal too much because I want to surprise you. It's essentially about, it's a little bit about aging and fibrosis and fascia and Bowen Therapy. Okay, so I'm not going to reveal too much about that one because it's a super interesting one. It does involve a little bit of stress and a little bit of nutrition, but it's definitely about manual therapy and definitely about how Bowen Therapy can actually help in order to help movement, to create ease of movement. That's what we want in our patients, don't we? Okay, got something in my eye. So then we're going to look at motility and mobility. Are they the same thing? Not really. So that's really significant, and you're going to like this one because we're going to actually focus on a particular structure of the body that is, well, it's fundamental to ease of movement, fundamental to, for the rest of the body to work in a functional fluid way, let's say. Okay, and of course that's got to do with cadence in our walk, in our movement. Then we're looking at posture. Okay, and as I say posture, my shoulders just go back a little bit. So posture and proprioception, postural integrity and stability. I mean, what's involved in all of this, and how does Bowen Therapy play a role in assisting posture stability and movement? So proprioception is the key for this one that we're going to talk about, and a few other things. Again, I don't want to reveal too much. Okay, of course, then we're going to summarize it in point form, so you can really just grasp the key golden nuggets from all of this. You can go back and listen to it as many times as you want because the webinar will be recorded. So once you register, you automatically will receive the link to the recording after that, and you have a whole month to watch it and take notes, right? And so that's really good for people who are in a different time zone. If you can't make it, don't worry. You can purchase the recording when you actually register. Okay, you also get the PDF slides of the webinar, so that's very valuable, very useful. They're wonderful references as you are maybe taking down your notes, after the live webinar. You don't need to take notes during the live webinar. And the PDF slides are always really good quality, really good images and information on there. Okay. Now, there is a bonus one if we have time. If I don't go too much over time, because I do tend to do that, but if we have time, there is a bonus that I've just kind of put aside just in case, okay? If not, well, we can always do that with another webinar. So there's lots to cover. I hope to see you online at 1 p.m. UK time, Sunday the 15th of January for this live webinar. It is hosted by Bowen Therapy Professional Association, that is BTPA in the UK. So I'm really pleased to be collaborating with BTPA again. Anything else I need to tell you? Let me think. Oh, you also earn your CPE or CPD points. Naturally, this is considered continued education webinar or continued education for Bowen Therapy. So you automatically, absolutely, well, no matter what association you're with, you should receive, some CPE points for that one. So looking forward to seeing you. Catch you then. Make sure you click the link, whether it's in the description below or whether it's in my profile. I'm not sure where you're watching this video, or maybe it's in an email newsletter. Make sure you register. There's lots of information on my website as well, which is courses.jennyelenihealth.com. Not only information about this webinar, but also all the other online courses that I do cover that go into even more depth, more detail, really deep dive into the biomechanics or the mechanisms of the Bowen technique through the lens of understanding fascia and mechanobiology. I will see you soon. Oh, and I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Jenny, Bowen therapist and teacher. See you soon. Bye.